Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a native terrarium. This is also my first time showing my face on camera, so here I am. So what you're going to need is a jar. You can use either glass jars or plastic jars. I have glass jars, so you can use either. And substrate, of course. I do not recommend you getting any substrate from garden centers. Because they might have some chemicals like pesticides and other chemicals treated in them. And I recommend I strongly apologize for the background noises because you might hear some today, and I apologize for that. Next, we're going to need some cork bark. This is optional, but I actually got some acorns. And some twigs, more twigs, and a plant, and some moss, of course. Moss is pretty crucial. And even more twigs, a whole bag of them, because I knew I needed a lot of twigs. Rocks, more rocks. Okay, so begin with filling the bottom of your jar with about 1 inch of rocks. And then, next you're going to place that in there. Then put your mesh in. I didn't mention the mesh earlier, so sorry for that. I forgot. But we're also gonna need some mesh. There we go. Next, you want to add your substrate in. Now, hang on. I need to grab something to put the substrate in. Actually, no. I could just dump the substrate in there. Or I could just take it with my hands. Sorry for that. So, substrate needs to be pretty moist. Sometimes you'll find some springtails or isopods in them. That's actually pretty good. You do want some springtails or isopods in them sometimes. I didn't get any this time when I was collecting the substrate. All of these came from a hiking trail, by the way, just in case if you're curious about where I got these. And it's actually pretty good because I know that no one will go around, spraying pesticides all over a hiking trail. So I knew immediately it was a pretty safe substrate for me to use. So I would recommend you getting your substrate outside or on a hiking trail like I did. And that would be the best substrate for any kind of terrarium, that is. And I think we should add a bit more into there. And there, done. Again, spread out the substrate evenly with our stick. There we go. I'm not gonna put this stick in. It's just to get the substrate and everything in here. I'll clean up the spilled out substrate later. Next, decorating time. You can use a cork bark, all the materials that you gathered, any way you want. And this is the fun part. I really don't like plan things out because, I actually do plan things out a bit, but it's not like I got like everything in my mind, like how it's gonna turn out. I only think of that a little bit during the process of collecting these items for the terrarium. Don't usually think of that. So, anyways, next I'm gonna add a rock there. You can do this however you want, and I think no matter how you put the items in which order, they'll all turn out great. Remember, this is a native terrarium, so I'm using stuff from the hiking trail, putting them in there. So none of these came from other countries or any continents or anything like that. These all came from our local hiking trail. So I'm gonna continue adding things in until I sort of get what I want. Okay. already. So far so good. I got a few pieces of twigs in there along with the rock. And yeah. Next, you guessed it, moss time. I'm putting moss in there. First I'm going to begin with some star moss here. I think I'm just going to plant that in the corner back here. I mean, star moss, they like to prefer some pretty moist areas. So, I'm actually going to use the scissors to sort of dig them deep inside of there. I guess that looks good. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I think it looks really good. I'm gonna add some of these acorn in there too. Acorns are really optional, but I got them just for fun. There we go, some nice acorn caps. And more moss, of course. Moss is pretty crucial. I'm gonna give the effect of that moss actually growing out of that acorn cup there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I think it looks great. Yeah, that looks good. I think I got another piece of star moss around here somewhere. I don't know. I'll add that in later. For now, I think we're gonna add a bit more of these other species of moss. I can't quite identify. I didn't find that much star moss because they're pretty uncommon in our area. I was pretty lucky to find a few patches of them. Just lying around in our hiking trail. I just pushed away a layer of some leaf cover / foliage, and I found the awesome star moss under it. That really surprised me. I never thought I was going to find any star moss in the hiking trail. Guess I did. I always need to use the scissors to do this. Man. I think it's time for a different species of moss other than just star moss. This species here, I can't quite identify. There's a lot of some very, very unusual species of moss around here. I don't think I can fit that piece in. We're just gonna need to break that down into smaller bits in order to be added in. There we go. I think we might be able to fit this in the corner back there. There we go. Lots of different species, varieties of moss in there. Okay, time for another species. I also can't quite identify. Sorry, I'm terrible at identifying moss. But I do have tons of species of moss in here that I got. I got them all from the hiking trail. From trees and, old bark and things, stuff like that. Usually where you'll find moss. Okay, I think we're gonna need to get that out of the way and fit that. Oh, no. That didn't quite work out. I guess we don't need to put any moss up there, branches. So I'm just gonna put that moss there. Yeah, squeeze it tightly in there with the scissors. Sure used a ton of species of moss today. Lots, man. maybe pretty difficult to work with, the moss that's in like a container this small, but I'm up to the challenge, and I think I've been getting a pretty good idea here of how it's going to turn out. Now it's time to add in our plant. I'm going to see if I can add this in. I think the roots are deep enough, so let's just give this a shot. Okay, there goes something. Okay, maybe to put a hole down in there in order to put the roots of the plant in. Hey, this is actually working out. I'm getting the plant in there. Okay, pretty good. Hopefully it fits. And it fits. Barely. But I got it. There we go. I finally got that plant in. It was not easy. Definitely. Really not easy. Wow, this terrarium's looking great. Alright, I think we need to add another piece of rock in there. Make it look even better. Yeah, I made quite a hole while I was putting that plant in there, so I guess I can just cover it with the rock. Yeah, I know, I'm being a little bit lazy, but who needs to cover up a dirt with substrate when they can just cover it up with the rock? Okay, I think it looks pretty nice. One last piece of moss. I think I got a bit more star moss in here. Yeah, I got a little bit more. Teeny tiny little pouch. A little patch of star moss. And ta-da! Star moss is in. Barely. Yeah, I think I need to secure that moss better. There we go. Star moss is secured. And it's looking great now. Okay, so tons of moss, huh? Yeah, I know. I collected a bunch. All the moss that I collected, it's not just for this terrarium. I'm actually working with a bunch of other terrariums too. I'm not gonna make a video for every single one, just this one. I don't know. Because I don't know. I just thought it would be way too boring to just watch me do terrarium after terrarium after terrarium, right? Yeah, I think that's what you're all thinking. But it looks great. Looks good. Oh, great. I think we can add one more stick. Right here the whole time. Thinking this one. Would that look good? In there. I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Oh, that's a living terrarium. Man. I just found out that the acorns are way too big. I guess I could fit this one in there. Well, barely. But I'm not. Way too big. I got all of these leftover stuff. Look at that whole bag of substrate. But again, I'm doing multiple terrariums, not just for this one. There you go. That's a terrarium, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, you'll be seeing my face way more often in this channel. So, yeah, we'll be seeing me in the future videos that I'm gonna make. And bye.